Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the managing director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, and likely the thumbnail, we're doing another one of these videos on so-called foreigners behaving badly here in Thailand. I thought of making this video after reading a recent article from the Phuket News, that's thephuketnews.com. Article is titled, Taxi Drivers Brawl with Foreign Tourists. Quoting directly, Wichit police have confirmed officers were called to intervene in a brawl between 5 foreign tourists and 3 taxi drivers after a video of the incident was posted online. Quoting further, the brawl erupted in Wichit Songkram Road near Darasamut intersection. A 26-second video clip of the incident was widely shared on social media, accompanied by the caption, quote, "It's famous again. Phuket is very hot. Taxis versus tourists in front of a famous shopping mall." The video captured a brawl involving several foreign tourists and taxi drivers. According to a netizen's account, the incident began when 3 Iranian women stood in front of a taxi. The car's owner, a local taxi driver, approached them and asked them to move. The women reportedly became irritated and informed their husbands, who along with their friends were allegedly intoxicated. The situation escalated into a physical confrontation with punches and bottles being thrown. After the fight, the intoxicated individuals fled the scene, leaving behind a family group of 3 or 4 who later reported the incident to the police. The video also showed a woman whose necklace was snatched during the altercation. The incident sparked heated discussion online, with comments reflecting a mix of frustration and criticism. Some users blamed the behavior on unruly tourists, while others called for stricter enforcement of the law to prevent such incidents. Quoting further, in response to the incident, Wichit Police Chief Police Colonel Chatri Chuakau ordered patrol officers to intervene and brought 5 foreign tourists and 3 taxi drivers involved in the fight to Wichit Police Station for questioning. According to the police investigation, the altercation began when the tourists leaned against a parked taxi while waiting for a ride back to their hotel in Patong. After reviewing CCTV footage, investigators determined that both parties were mutually involved with the fight. Consequently, they were charged with, quote, colluding in a loud fight in a public place or public area, or engaging in behavior that disturbs public peace and order. Despite the charges, both parties agreed to move on without holding any grudges. So, yeah, I mean, this is another one of these. I don't know where this comes from, but foreigners, one, I don't know how it comes about that, okay, there's taxis sort of in line, and then you're sort of sitting on the taxi. Point I'm trying to make is I don't know how all of this went down, but just generally speaking, foreigners tend to come over here, and I don't know what it is. It's like they lose their minds or something, and they don't ever operate. I question whether or not any of these people would have done this same thing back home. You know, and who knows? I don't know. Apparently, I don't know what goes on in Iran. But long story short, we see this a lot regarding all kinds of foreign tourists here. And it's not just this. It's sort of like, the same thing happens. I remember reading years ago one of those pulp sort of fiction novels that you would see in the Thai airports here, involving the usual horror stories of foreigners that would come here and try to do business or buy a house with a wife or something, and everything went wrong. But, I remember once they described it as it's like foreigners check their brain in at the airport before they leave into Greater Thailand. And I'm not saying this to be sort of insulting. It's just odd to me. I've never seen any other place, and what's even weirder is, in a sense, things were kind of oddly more normal under COVID, because we didn't have all these people that were just pouring in, apparently checking their brains at the airport, and then wandering around and doing all these things and causing all these problems. I'm starting to wonder if this whole epidemic, if you will, of quote-unquote foreigners behaving badly roughly this last year is, I don't know what it's from, but for whatever reason, people come to Thailand and they just sort of don't operate with the same paradigm that they operate anywhere else. And I've never understood why that's the case. And quite honestly, they should probably stop doing it, and they'll get into less problems here in the Kingdom of Thailand.